very difficult to be a Buddha in this world. Not that the Buddha has not already been a Buddha, but it's just that he has to come down and make affinity with other sentient beings in order to come back as a Buddha. And then when he has enough power, he can liberate them. That's why. That's why some masters go back and forth from nirvana back to the earth, and then back to nirvana again, and suffer a lot, untold suffering, but nobody can see, not much. Whatever you can see, if you think you can see a master or Buddha suffer, that's just the tip of the iceberg only. There's nothing much you can see, because most things happen inside, in the spiritual realm, and outside just very little. We did not hear much of the Buddha suffering. We hear only some, like he had to eat horse feet for 3 months because of the disciples' karma. And he had to lose his toe once because of Devadatta, his ex-disciple. Oh, there's nothing you can imagine that would not happen to a master. That's why in the old times, some masters didn't accept a lot of disciples because they worried about this type of unloyalty, which could harm them. Even the sixth patriarch, Huineng, when he received the chasa and the bow from his master, he had to run away because the other disciples of the same master, the fifth patriarch, also ran after him and wanted to kill him to take back the chasa, the monk's robe that symbolizes successorship. So that's why the fifth patriarch told the sixth patriarch Huineng that after this, you don't pass on the successor's mantle and bow, the symbols of successorship, to anyone else anymore, so that we don't have to have this kind of war within the same ashram, within the same master system even, that could kill people. The chasya, the outer robe of a monk, a symbol for successorship, before that was a symbol of the holy path to enlightenment, of compassion, mercy, peace, and all that beautiful language that you can find. But even then, instead of respecting and obeying the master's order, no, they wanted to run after Huineng and kill him. What kind of monks were they? Can you imagine, So in every system, every lifetime, we have this kind of war among those of the same religious belief, even the same church, the same temple, or same order, or same country even, doesn't matter. Always there's some war like that. But it's not the robe that will make anyone a successor. Because if the master doesn't bless them, whoever takes that robe of successorship, they will never be anything. Just like Devadatta, he got a couple of hundred people following him, maybe 200 more or less. Maybe these people never even heard of the Buddha, that's why they didn't follow the Buddha. Or maybe they were so thick, they couldn't understand what the Buddha's teaching was. And they just judged him from the outside. He looked like Devadatta, just wearing monk's robes, and even had less strict principles for his monks than Devadatta. Devadatta tried all kinds of things just to win, to make more asceticism prevalent within his group, so that people would think, oh, this man is more holy, more strict, because the Buddha still cares for this and that. Buddha cares for nothing. What for would he care for anything when he already left his richness, luxury, and future kingdom? What for would the Buddha still want it? Even if he did, he could go back to his kingdom and his father would give him everything. But no, he only visited his father sometimes to teach him something. And when his father died, he had to do the filial duty of the son. How humble he was. But then when you look outside, because inside they didn't have any holy experience. That's why. It's not like everybody who goes to the same teacher will get the same enlightenment, the same level of attainment. No, no. Some are even still at the devil's level because that's why they came there, just to make trouble for the teacher, for the master, just like Devadatta or Judah in Christianity under Lord Jesus. The reason why good monks, good priests, holy monks, or holy masters are being even more slandered, more degraded, more hated, and more, in danger is because the bad monks, bad priests are worried that this master will take away their followers and they have nothing to eat and nobody will come to make offerings to them. They shouldn't worry. In this world, there will always be ignorant people who follow the bad monks, bad nuns, or because these monks and nuns or priests are also evil incarnate. The people who are also evil or ignorant will follow them anyway.
Ta ỉa trên đầu, ỉa trên đầu, ỉa trên đầu, ỉa trên đầu, ỉa trên đầu Phật giáo, ỉa trên đầu tăng ni, ỉa trên đầu của cái sự tu học Phật pháp.
There will always be something for any monks or priests to have in order to survive. It's just that you shouldn't ask for extraordinary things or more richness or luxury. Then you always will survive. You shouldn't worry about that. How many monks and nuns live in the jungle, in the big mountains, and they practice day and night? They're still okay. And also, not only that, but the bad monks, priests, and other normal people also maybe are being possessed by demons, so they couldn't know the real thing anymore. So they always provoke somebody else to fight. They like it. They have this aggression in them from the demon's influence, or their own character is like that. And others may be more quiet, but they don't like the famous holy monks or masters because they make them feel small. Not that the masters go and fight with them or do anything to them. They don't even know them, but they just, slander from afar or in absence, behind their backs or anything, and just spread all bad things about them because they feel small, they feel inferior, they feel worried that these holy masters or good monks will make it clear, obvious that they themselves are bad, So they worry about these holy monks. And that's why they hate them and they do all kinds of things in order to eliminate them or make them tattered and to confuse the faithful who want to find the real master for enlightenment and liberation. That is the thing. So being famous, holy, doesn't guarantee you at all to be, better off than a fake master or bad monks and nuns or anything. It's just whatever you can do to help others to elevate themselves and to be liberated by God's grace and to go back home to the real kingdom, to the real house, then you just do it. That's all. And Lord Jesus knew that he was going to be crucified. He still went down to the cruel world and tried to help. You see, that's why so many people have been elevated into sainthood in his lifetime, and his influence, his teaching still continues until this day. Billions of people follow Lord Jesus. I mean, even if they're not truly sincere, they respect him and follow him, and they know that his teaching is correct, even if they are not strong enough to follow. Same with the Buddha, even though the Buddha is no longer here in this physical level, billions of people follow the Buddha's teaching. They try at least. And some do follow and become morally fit. The saints even, or at least good monks and nuns are good followers. So it doesn't matter. In this world, everything is so dangerous, especially if you're famous and beloved by a lot of people, then you need to watch out all the time. Even then, you never know if you're safe. It's just human nature that they're jealous. And when they feel they are threatened to lose their fame or their profit, then they become more aggressive and you could be in danger. Many masters have died. Just for what? They didn't do anything wrong. Just helping others to make society a cleaner, purer place, to make the world more livable. But they died anyway. Even in some small corner of the world, in Vietnam recently, 2 or 3 masters disappeared. The ones I could remember are Master Wen Fu Shou and Master Minh Đăng Quang. Both of them were holy people, selflessly sacrificed all the time just to teach people good things and just try to follow the Buddhas, to do whatever the Buddha should do. Even if people don't believe that these 2 saints were saints or bodhisattvas or Buddhas, at least they can see that they did nothing wrong. Yeah, they did nothing wrong. They only did good. But still, there was some elements leaking somewhere and sneaking somewhere that killed them, made them disappear. No trace. Nobody can find them. Nobody knows why. And we remember also Master Nguyễn Thành Nam, the founder of Nam Quốc Phật or Nam Quốc Buddhism or Coconut Buddhism. He has also been killed for no reason. Nothing really. That's the reason for him to be killed. He was just asking for peace for his country's people. He was just suffering to see people having to die needlessly, brutally, and unnecessarily. So you can see the reason 3 masters have been murdered either in secret or, like in the case of Master Nguyễn Thành Nam, openly in front of some of his disciples.
Sở dĩ ông tặng trái dừa cho Tổng thống Mỹ là vì khi nhìn kỹ trái dừa, bạn sẽ thấy một biểu tượng hòa bình nằm ở trên đó. Về lá thư mà ông gửi cho Tổng thống Mỹ, đó là một thỉnh nguyện thư. Ông muốn Tổng thống Johnson cho ông mượn 20 máy bay vận tải khổng lồ để đưa ông và các đệ tử cùng vật liệu đến khu phi quân sự trên vĩ tuyến 17, nơi chia cắt Việt Nam thành 2 bên thù địch vào lúc đó. Tại đó, họ sẽ dựng nên một đàn cầu nguyện ngay ở giữa sông Bến Hải. Ông sẽ ngồi ở đó cầu nguyện trong 7 ngày, không ăn, không uống. Ở 2 bên bờ sông, mỗi bên sẽ có 300 nhà sư cùng ông cầu nguyện. Ông đảm bảo với Tổng thống Lyndon Johnson rằng kế hoạch này sẽ mang lại hòa bình cho Việt Nam. Không ai biết bức thư có đến được tay Tổng thống Johnson hay không, nhưng ai cũng biết rằng ông Đậu Dừa chưa bao giờ từ bỏ ước mơ mang đến hòa bình cho Việt Nam. Theo báo pháp luật, sau năm ông Đậu Dừa không được chính quyền cho phép hành đạo nữa. Một thời gian sau, ông tìm cách vượt biên nên bị bắt giam. Mãi đến năm 1985, chính quyền mới cho nhà sư này trở về nhà. Khi đó, ông nặng chưa đến 40 kg. Vào tháng 5 năm 1990, sau khi các đệ tử lén đưa ông về trú ẩn trong một ngôi nhà của một đệ tử tại tỉnh Tiền Giang, thì công an tìm đến. Tại đây, không rõ việc xô xát giữa hai bên đã xảy ra như thế nào, nhưng người thiệt mạng chính là ông Đậu Dừa. Sau vụ án mạng, Tòa án Nhân dân tỉnh Bến Tre đã xét xử các đệ tử của ông Đậu Dừa về tội chống người thi hành công vụ với những bản án nặng nề. Những chi tiết về vụ án này cũng như cái chết của ông Đậu Dừa không được báo chí nhà nước phổ biến. Sau này, John Steinberg viết trong hồi ký của mình: lần cuối cùng tôi gặp ông Đậu Dừa, chúng tôi đã không nói lời tạm biệt. Lúc đó, ông ấy quẹt một giọt nước mắt hiếm hoi trên mắt của mình, nhưng rồi lại mỉm cười. Rồi ông đưa tay chỉ lên bầu trời, nơi ông sống.
That should scare everyone who is truly doing good things or loving the world people and trying to protect them or help them to liberate their souls with the true, sacred and noble teaching.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, is a world-renowned spiritual teacher, humanitarian, and artist. To learn more about her compassionate life and teachings, please visit suprememastertv.com/master.
Vegan. To save 7 billion endangered species, that species is humans.